Hi there, welcome to Dave in the Shed. I'm Dave and this is my little corner of the world, also known as the Shed Mahal. Now if you're into DIY, 3D printing and model trains, you've come to the right place. Now fair warning, I do things a little bit differently. I have cerebral palsy, which means sometimes things get a little bit creative around here, but hey, it just makes it more fun. So if you like making, fixing, and maybe even breaking things along the way, stick around. Hit that subscribe button and let's build something awesome together. What away! Welcome to this Friday's Dave in the Shed. It's Norfolk Island Foundation Day, Founders Day. So happy Founders Day to all our Norfolk Islanders and Norfolk Island wannabes. Happy Foundation Day. Public holiday, so this video we'll keep it short, like every video lately. Keep it short and sweet because off the Founders Day picnic very soon. Edit video, get it out. But anyway, looking at 1410 of the Norfolk Island Railways. Of course, it's a narrow gauge 346 railway, using equipment that's stolen from all the other Commonwealth 346 gauge railways. Anyway, so there we go, 1410. I still have to repair the oopsie in this loco, and I might actually do a whole new shell because there's a wire poking out the bottom. The red wire there, and the body shell's not sitting on 100% if you look at it that way. Other side's perfect, but yeah. So I might lift that off and turn the body round and clean it up a bit, and I might even 3D print a body. But there you go, Norfolk Island's 1410. We will look at the other Norfolk Island loco in a sec, but I need to open with a confession. We'll talk about the elephant in the room very soon, but in the meantime, while working on projects this week, I was using the old GMC Old as the Hills drill press, which is okay for a small format drill press, as long as you go easy. And I was going easy and just taking it really easy, using sort of like the maximum size driller for like you can put in this, about a 10mm drill, drilling through some steel tube we'll have a look at a second. Drilling through, and I had no dunnage underneath, and I've gone right down through the right down through the drill press vise. Nice clean 10mm hole, because I was not paying attention and just poking along and easing down the grip, and I should have had some dunnage underneath that, some wastage. Like there's not like there's heaps of it here, Dave, that you could have whacked up there and done just to protect the vise. But anyway, it's a cheap Chinese vise. It's not an expensive one. I think it's all about $7-8, if not less, off that Chinese website. But anyway, good on you, Dave. Let's have a look at the Garrett progress. We are getting closer, mocking up the new Garrett. We've got a body that I'm happy with. So I've got the wide angle lens on today, so I'll zoom out. So getting closer to having the rebuilt Garrett. Bit of tidy up and get some paint on it. And I've reprinted some new coal and tender tanks. And the difference in this one and the old one is actually that going to be the headlights. I've decided not to have the 3D printed headlights. Later, if I do put headlights on, I'll put some LEDs on it and make a nice headlight and put them on as an attachment. But there you go. There's a few more bits and pieces to upgrade, but we are getting closer. Still not 100% on weld, but we are getting closer on the Garrett project. I've got some other bits and pieces. It's very freelance now. It's getting close, but it'll be a Garrett. It'll be run. Here is 705. Why is this called 705? Well, it's half 1410. Yeah, literally. That's where it's got its road number from 705. Once again, this is a freelance loco, but it's marked up as the Norfolk Island Railways because it's Norfolk Island Foundation Day. I thought I'd show you in the that because it's a Commonwealth Territoriate or a Commonwealth Protectorate, Norfolk Island, I thought they would have probably used the Commonwealth Railway colours. So that's why we've got that carmine colour, which I really, really like. And the Norfolk Island green and white territorial flag is on this one. On the front of the loco, we've got the territorial crest or coat of arms territorial flag, and NIR. Not to be confused with Norfolk Island, with Northern Ireland Railways. That's Norfolk Island Railways. So that's a quick tour. If you haven't seen 705 before, there it is in all its glory. It's based on a Bachmann GP38 chassis, where the other one's got the SD, or SD45, SD40, SD42, something like that. I think it's SD42 chassis. There we go. Buy them as DCC already installed chassis, and put my own 3D printed bodies on top. Now, if you'd like to build your own 705, let me know. I'll send you the files so you can print it out and put it on. And same with 1410. If you'd like a 1410 of your own, which is a rip-off of the NJ, or close enough to an NJ from Commonwealth Railways. Once again, it's got the Norfolk Island flag, Norfolk Island coat of arms. 75% happy with that. I've just got to do a few changes to make it 100% happy. Anyway, there's another Garrett body down here. This one, so we've got two. I often do things in batch of two because I'm probably going to end up with two Garretts out of my current Garrett program. Yeah, so we are working on that. There's still things. Oh, and I did actually make a box for the T-rib nut or T-nut installer. I thought, ooh, running printers. I just printed up a plastic box that cardboard goes in the sleeve. That'll keep everything nice and neat. I should have made up a fancy wooden box, but being lazy, Dave, but doing the best we can. So that's about what's up on the workbench. Not else is going on. There is 3D printed shell for brew nutties over there to go on that simplex. Oh, look, there's some detail parts for those Garretts. They've got to be glued on. They're the frames of all the pipes and bits and pieces. I did a lot more as individual pieces this time. If you'd like your own files for the Garretts, let me know and I'll send you all my print files, my STL files, if you want to build your own, 3D print your own Garrett in the style of Dave. The mech it runs on is the Bachmann 060 Porter. It's a HR scale Porter dockside locomotive. Once again, I get them DCC installed, and they go into my Garrett. Another steam loco, almost steam locos really, that mech. But anyway, if you'd like more information about that, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Now, what have I done this week? Well, I've been talking about doing the next thing for ages. It's been on my to-do list, and I'm feeling better this week and thought, look, I'm going to start this project. Spaceman suits here on the table. Spaceman, look, if you're doing stuff with the thing I'm going to show you, it's worth investing in one of these. This is not a high range one. This is a middle of the range. Well, it comes from a place, I've talked about them before anyway on the channel. Look at old videos. Welding helmet with the oxygen thing that sucks the air out that sits on your back. Hot glue gun. This is what I've been playing with this week. Here's my hot glue gun. Now, see if I can zoom out. What are we doing? Twisty, twisty. Haven't got the zoom set up on the camera. I've been talking about doing this for ages. I don't know how many videos I've mentioned it in, but I've got to walk back. But I have finally built the crane. Whoop, walking the thing behind you. I've got to go right back because it's fitted in the wall frame, and I'll sort of like zoom up and down a bit. Make all thick. This is my latest version of my shed crane. Now, my first original video I posted on YouTube many years ago, and I might try and find a link to it or put something in, was how I built a crane out of parts that came from an old hospital bed. Now, I have a bit of a thing with old hospital beds, which we'll talk about very soon. So this is the crane, rebuilt over 3 days this week, potting around, and I had to do some work with the old hot glue gun for joining metal together, which MIG welder, gasless MIG if people don't know what I'm talking. So this is the latest version of my workshop crane. Now, got to do some magic here, because we're going to walk over this way. My big workbench, that is, I have on casters, and I can move, even with the wide angle lens. This is, it's a old hospital bed that we shortened and cut down and put, it's got the original casters, and I got some casters on it so we can tip it on its side and use it. But I cut this down, but it still does a magic function that is so handy. I have the remote control here, and I can lower this workbench down. Now, it's very slow. Being hospital bed, there's really no way of speeding up. But this thing can go down to almost floor level. Almost. That's how low it can go. So it's almost floor level, which allows you, if you want to lift stuff up, moving around, you can lift them up the floor. One little thing is I was looking at putting a ramp on it. I actually did build a ramp, but it wasn't successful, of loading stuff on like lawnmowers and level. I could roll them on. It was almost successful. Ramp wasn't as good as what I could be. If you want actually a full tour, there's some magic tricks I've built into this old hospital table. Like, it's got a slot for cutting timber, it's got a sacrificial end for doing bits and pieces, all sorts of stuff that we designed in it. Let me know, leave a comment if you want to see a full tour of what the magic lifty table can do. Now we've added bonus, because oh look, this is one of these slow moving videos. I've added a crane. Now, in theory, and I'll talk about this now, this is a free function controller. So at the moment this has only got the crane on it, and the other controller's got the thing. But in theory, I'm going to try that after I've done the video, because otherwise I'll play around and I'll never get a video out. I'm going to try and move all 3 bed functions onto this one controller. It should in theory work, but only way to find out now. So I've got a crane. The weighting of this is, it probably could lift a human. Oh, don't bash up the grinder, Dave. So this is a 2-action crane. I've got my top arm. The crane people out there will probably tell me what this, and I pinched some of the design theory from the crane on the back of the truck. So it can go this, and this. So it's got a function where it goes like that. So I have manipulation over that part of the boom, and it has quite a bit of, and it can go over backwards. The table's not the right position, so it can go like that. Whoops, crash everything on your notice board, Dave. Look, the table automatically moves. Oh, this is going to be like interesting video. So I've got that function, which has quite a bit of movement on it, and we've also got the top boom can go up and down. It's actually fully more designed so it can go down, then up. Now these are old hospital bed motors, so they're pretty slow. Don't crush your cables, Dave. But what it allows me to is to pick stuff up and down onto the workbench. Bringing me coffee, got a coffee on the go here. To then, because my back is shot and my muscles are shot because of the cerebral palsy. Now I build the first crane. I'm going to have a coffee. Because at the time I was rebuilding generators from Fergie tractors, and they were really, really hard to get up and lift on the workbench. So I built this system so I could work on that, and it's been so handy. So there you go, we're craning around on this week's video. And look, I'll tell you what. Now, it sits on a swivel. It's fully swivelable because I've made use of the end of the table. So I can come around here and I can swing the thing around. Might lift your load up a bit, Dave, so don't trash everything. Now, I've got to clean it all up. This only sort of like finished last night because I wanted rushing to get things done for the video. Still got to sit down and clean it all up. Now, this is 100% recycled materials. No trips to Bunnings, built out of everything that I had on hand and bits and pieces. It looked better after I still like clean out the welds and put a paint on it. And it sits down there in that shaft. I've printed up a nylon bush in the 3D printers. Now I've got to print up some more bushes because the bushes I had in it, I all melted when I was welding the thing up. Don't talk about that. Anyway, yeah, and it can move from that hole where it sits in, and I can lift it up and move it over and plop it in there, depending on what I'm working on. Anyway, this is going to end up being 15 minutes long, and I've just rabbited on about nothing. There is a new workshop crane in Dave's shed, Dave's workshop, built out of scrap and bits and pieces. Now, before I go, if there's any information like or anything in my video you like more details on or more information on, let me know. Leave a comment below or contact me on my Facebook or on my, email, and let me know. If you come across this video some way, subscribe, because you never know what the silly bugger is going to be up to next. If you're already a subscriber, thank you. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Give me a thumbs down if you don't. I'm happy with either way. One comment's better than no comment. Now, most importantly, as I keep telling people, get out in your shed and try something, like build a crane out of scraps. You don't know what you can do or what you can't do till you have a go at it. You've got to have a go at these things and then go, yeah, that's too hard. But if a silly bugger like me can build a crane for his workbench, you can have a go at anything. You can have a go at anything, because you don't know what you can do or what you can't do till you have a go. All made with simple hand tools, apart from the Best Arc, not sponsored, hot glue gun for metal. I've been Dave in the Shed. I'll get out of your hair, have a lot of fun, look after yourself. Chat to you next week with something new, something different, or something just bizarre. Probably an update on me garrets. Not me carrots, not growing carrots. Anyway, I'm out of here now. Talk to you later.